From opulence to bankruptcy, the startling downfall of the world's wealthiest nation unveils the harsh lessons of unchecked prosperity. Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're about to embark on a journey through a remarkable tale of fortune and misfortune. The story of how the world's richest country managed to bankrupt itself. Have you ever heard of Nauru? Probably not. But in the 1980s, this small Pacific island nation was the wealthiest in the world on a per capita basis. Join me as we explore the rise and fall of Nauru's economy, uncovering the mistakes that led to its downfall, and the invaluable lessons we can all learn from this captivating economic saga. The hidden riches. Nauru, with its picturesque landscapes, might appear as a paradise, but beneath this facade lay an unexpected treasure that fueled the nation's meteoric rise. High-grade phosphate, derived from dried seabird excrement and marine microorganisms, became the golden ticket for Nauru's economic prosperity. Phosphate mining quickly became the island's economic focal point, giving rise to shipping ports, processing facilities, and supporting industries. To put it into perspective, while other nations might boast immense wealth from oil or gold, Nauru's riches were unconventional, yet incredibly valuable. However, the allure of these natural resources came at a steep cost, as the lush landscape transformed into a barren, scarred terrain under the weight of extensive phosphate extraction. As the island basked in the glory of its newfound wealth, the consequences of over-reliance on a single resource started to unfold. The environmental impact of extensive phosphate mining left Nauru grappling with a barren landscape, a stark reminder that unchecked exploitation, even of valuable resources, can lead to irreversible damage. Colonization and exploitation. Nauru's journey to economic stardom was shaped by a history of colonization and exploitation. Germany took control of the island in the early 20th century, when phosphate mining was thriving. However, the tides of World War I saw Australia seizing control, transforming Nauru into little more than an offshore mining site. The devastation continued during World War II, with Japanese forces subjecting the island to forced labor and mass drownings. By the war's end, only a mere 600 Nauruans survived, and Australia once again assumed control. Post-war, Nauru's phosphate resources played a pivotal role in its economy. Despite the exploitation, large portions of the island had already been scarred by mining. This tumultuous history laid the foundation for a significant turning point: Nauru's quest for independence. The scars of colonization and exploitation were etched into the landscape, serving as a backdrop to Nauru's struggle for self-determination and control over its valuable phosphate resources. The quest for independence. After enduring the tumult of colonization and the devastation of World War II, Nauru glimpsed a ray of hope on the horizon. The island embarked on a journey toward independence, driven by the desire to regain control over its valuable phosphate resources. In 1968, Nauru achieved that very independence, finally having authority over its destiny. The subsequent decades marked a period of unparalleled prosperity, with the island's per capita GDP surpassing even that of the United States. The euphoria of newfound independence, however, masked the seeds of future challenges that would emerge from over-reliance on a single industry. The 1970s and 1980s saw Nauru undergo a remarkable transformation, with sports cars adorning the streets and opulence becoming the norm. Yet, this era of affluence also brought unforeseen consequences, such as an obesity epidemic triggered by a shift in dietary habits. The island's newfound wealth allowed for the import of processed and unhealthy foods, eroding the traditional, healthier Nauruan diet based on coconuts and fish. The quest for independence had brought prosperity, but it also sowed the seeds of economic vulnerabilities that would later come to haunt the island. Economic diversification attempts. As Nauru's phosphate deposits neared depletion, the urgency for economic diversification became evident. One strategy employed was offshore banking, a move that initially seemed promising, bringing substantial revenue to the country. By the early 1990s, Nauru had issued licenses to approximately 400 foreign banks. However, the strategy's dubious nature became apparent as Nauru allowed customers to open bank accounts without setting foot on the island, raising concerns about money laundering and tax evasion. The United States even categorized Nauru as a rogue state under the 2001 Patriot Act, applying pressure on the nation to reform its banking practices. Undeterred, Nauru continued its quest for financial stability through various investments. However, these ventures did not yield the expected returns. One infamous example was the ill-fated investment in the musical Leonardo, A Portrait of Love, which proved to be a massive flop. These diversification attempts, coupled with potentially fraudulent activities, resulted in the loss of a significant portion of Nauru's foreign investments. The island found itself trapped in a cycle of economic dependence, with limited infrastructure and expertise to develop alternative industries. A lifeline and controversy. By the early 2000s, Nauru teetered on the precipice of financial collapse. The central bank had succumbed to the nation's financial mismanagement, leaving the Nauruan people grappling with the harsh realities of unemployment and a crumbling education system. In a surprising turn of events, a lifeline materialized in the form of Australia's strategic use of Nauru as an offshore detention center for immigrants seeking entry into the land down under. Australia's payment for Nauru's cooperation in detaining these immigrants injected a much-needed financial boost into Nauru's economy. The funds provided a crucial buffer against the imminent threat of bankruptcy, offering a temporary respite to the struggling island nation. However, this newfound lifeline was not without its controversies. Nauru's role as an offshore detention center thrust it into international debates surrounding immigration policies and human rights. The ethical implications of profiting from the detention of vulnerable individuals sparked heated discussions. Nauru found itself at the intersection of economic survival and ethical considerations, raising questions about the lengths a nation should go to secure its economic future. The controversy surrounding Nauru's offshore detention practices underscored the complex and sometimes uncomfortable choices nations face when grappling with economic adversity. Lessons learned. Nauru's tumultuous economic journey imparts invaluable lessons that extend far beyond the borders of this small island nation. The first and foremost lesson is the peril of over-reliance on a single resource. Nauru's story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of putting all economic eggs in one basket, as the depletion of phosphate reserves left the nation vulnerable to economic freefall. Responsible resource management is paramount for sustainable development, emphasizing the importance of diversifying economies to withstand inevitable fluctuations in global markets. Another crucial lesson stems from Nauru's foray into offshore banking and ill-fated investments. The island's desperate attempts to diversify its economy underscore the significance of careful and strategic decision-making. Nauru's missteps in allowing dubious banking practices and engaging in risky ventures emphasize the need for thorough research, prudent financial planning, and ethical considerations in economic diversification efforts. As nations worldwide grapple with economic challenges, the lessons from Nauru serve as a timely reminder that foresight, diversification, and ethical responsibility are essential components of a resilient and sustainable economic future. So, how can we apply these lessons to our own lives and economies? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more captivating business insights. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Nauru's economic tragedy. Until next time, stay informed and stay curious.